Robin.
I was just talking to Jim Norton. Hangover 2 had a song that I thought was by Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
It's called The Beast in Me, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimmy, you haven't heard of that Johnny Cash song?
I have not, no.
And so we were looking up, me and Danny, and it turns out it's not Johnny Cash singing it.
Yeah.
And it's Mark Lanigan, a guy I really do like. You know, you remember Mark?
I thought it was Heidi Klum.
Oh, it was a racist joke.
Beast in Me?
Because it's a black guy that she's married to, and he's really dark.
Oh, I didn't say shit.
That was
shit.
So,
I love how you say you didn't say shit.
I'll say this.
Like, people are stupid
That
out
was
there.
so fast. It wasn't even funny. It was so fast that no one could process that joke in time. Wow, that was quick.
Oh, the cover's not in Delettes? All right, fuck
That's a
it.
damn good one.
I'm gonna stop right there then, fuck it. Mark Lanigan was the lead singer of Screaming Trees. I guess they still do a little of that.
Yeah.
He's got a great fucking voice, but never had mainstream success, but very respected.
Yeah.
And he does the cover of this Johnny Cash song that sort of, I think it opens up Hangover 2, or pretty close to that. And, wow, what a fucking great song.
What's the original? I don't know.
Do we
Beast
have the
in Me.
original even?
How about this? Find the original, you're fired.
Damn it.
The original's not in Delete either.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
That Gillette. Ugh.
I know.
Doesn't do anything.
Exactly. It's not even a good razor.
The knockoff. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you still
That's what retards shave with.
This is an Onega.
You don't have
Oh,
it there.
jeez. I bought
How
an
old?
Onega. Oh, my God. Woo.
You don't have it, E?
Iraq.
Just found it. All right, here's the original.
Oh.
But Mark Lanigan doing it in Hangover 2. I was all in.
But is Rock doing something wrong?
No, he's not doing anything wrong. It's just painful when you have to sit here. You know millions of people are just waiting.
The beast in me is caged by frail and fragile bars. Restless by day and by night, rants and rages at the stars. God help the beast in me.
All right, and then you got Lanigan doing
This
it?
sounds all, like when it, this sounds like later Johnny.
It does
Cash.
sound later, right?
I wonder if this is Johnny's Cash's song or did he do a cover?
I don't know. Here's Mark Lanigan doing it.
Love her. Oh,
Nazareth.
Beast in me
this version's good.
is caged by frail and fragile bars.
Good boy, phone.
Restless by day and by night, rants and rages at the stars.
That's good.
God help the beast in me.
All right, we don't have to play it all
Who does
day
that remind me
long.
of? He reminds me of Leonard Cohen.
Yeah.
Oh. That
It is
Leonard
murder.
Cohen.
Boy, did he get fucking raped financially.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he did.
He was like with this girl and like his girlfriend, and he went away. He just wanted to give everything up and go on this quest, and he had like $8 million or something.
Yeah.
Trusted her.
Trusted her.
Oops. He spent it all.
And then he came back and he was money. He had to go on tour to pay for his fucking.
Wow.
Yep.
That's bad.
The Beast in Me was from American Recordings, 1994.
Oh, there you go.
Johnny Cash.
Was it an original or was it a remake? Because I thought all the American recordings were all covers, I believe.
No, he did a few originals.
Oh, did he?
I-
Oh, there you go.
I really don't know, but that's Mark Lanigan. That fucking guy knows how to sing, man. Holy shit. Are you guys still,
Queers, you bet.
you still believing in the Wiener or what?
Wow. Some new, I don't know, some new details coming out.
You guys weren't as suspicious as I was yesterday.
I was under the impression that what he said was true, that his Twitter got hacked. It's not out of the realm of possibility, that's for sure. But some new things. He's getting very defensive about this. He's hired a lawyer to handle this. And it turns out the people that he was following on Twitter, a little suspect. There's a lot of women and some porn stars and whatnot.
Well,
Or
he used to
people that he
follow
was
Ginger Lynn.
following,
and he
right.
sent her a private message one time.
Yeah, this Wiener guy.
But he follows a lot of political people too.
Well.
But a few hot chicks.
Yeah, but if you're in politics, you got to be really careful who you're following on Twitter.
Yeah.
But he could be. He strikes me as one of these dummies who wouldn't
would do
understand how easily this could get out.
Right.
He follows Lady Fox Fire. Fire spelled F-Y-R-E.
Of course it is.
He follows Kitten X Poker. He follows Firm Denny Tracy. And a few other vixens. Let's
Some
call them
vixens. Yes. Wiener's
He
vixens.
follows me, which is weird.
He does?
No,
No.
he doesn't.
He does? He follows you?
No.
Would be cool.
So, what do you think? Did he send the pic?
It's starting to look like he might have plumped up and taken that pic and sent it, but
Kept it
why
kinda
the hell
safe?
would you do that?
Kind of safe?
And maybe
Someone recognizes those underwear. Is he married?
is he?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
His wife knows the truth.
Knows the underwear.
And you know those wives of these politicians.
Yeah.
They keep their trap shut always, but she knows either way if it was him.
If it was him,
Yeah.
He might have tried to give her a direct message and kind of put it in the wrong spot and hit send. You got to be
I
careful
think
of that.
so, yeah.
Maybe he was going to send her a direct and it went out. And once it's out for everybody, meh.
That's
And then
it.
he couldn't take it off. He had to act like it was just hacked. I would
Yeah,
have
yeah.
realized as soon as he sent it, like, but you can't stop it. You're praying for your service to be cut out.
Yeah. It's
You see that bar going when you send, and you realize you sent the wrong text to the wrong.
and you just know it's like there's no taking that back.
It's going, and you're like, and then once in a while it won't send.
There should be an atom bomb button where you could just
Yes.
stop everything that
I agree.
you're doing in its tracks.
Right
Just
on the phone.
Wham, right there.
You press it.
That would be a great
Press it
app.
and just
That app would do well.
It just sounds like this.
that's all it does.
Yeah, that's the bomb. But you're right. That would be an atom bomb button would be fucking great.
Yeah, just
Yes.
bomb whatever the fuck you just put out there.
Well, Wiener is getting more and more popular locally, right?
Is he?
Anthony Weiner's kind of on
He just
his
looks
way
like
up.
a dork, though.
Go for him.
He used to room with Jon Stewart, I learned.
Yes, Jon
They kind of
Stewart.
look alike.
Jon Stewart was doing a little thing on his show about it, and he was kind of being kind.
Right.
You know, I guess they're pals. I think so,
Well, Wiener was at a press conference, and wow.
well,
Have you heard this yet?
yeah.
I heard he was cranky, but I didn't hear the
was
audio.
getting
Cranky and
cranky
just
and-
deny.
Deny.
Congressman, just answer point blank. You say that you were hacked, which is potentially a crime. So why haven't you asked the Capitol Police or any law enforcement to investigate?
Look, this was a prank that I've now been talking about for a couple of days. I'm not going to allow it to decide what I talk about for the next week or the next 2 weeks. And so I'm not going to be giving anything more about that today. I think I've been pretty responsive to you in the past.
But with respect, you're here.
Does he have control of his Twitter still?
Yeah.
Then
guess he
he
won.
sent it. What, someone hacked it and then put
And then
back his
gave up.
password?
And then gave up.
Or whatever?
He's
He got
fucking,
it back.
My opinion is he's lying through his fucking dumb teeth. Which again, you're a guy. But that fucking question she asked is a fair question. Why haven't you put the Capitol Police on it? You gotta just, if you did it stupid, you should have just confessed it because there's
Right.
too many fucking follow-up questions. This is what you shit politicians get
Right.
from moralizing with the rest of us.
He's trying to play it both ways because then it would be a problem the other way if he did call the Capitol Police, knowing that he actually did it.
Because they don't know what number it came. Dude, it sounds like a good excuse. I got hacked. But then you forget that everything's traceable. And under a microscope, when you're a politician, they trace everything.
Oh, yeah. They want to find shit. So they're going to dig.
Why didn't you call the Capitol Police? Because it's a crime. That's a
Yeah.
very fair question. And,
Yeah.
and the media is terrible, but that's a fair question.
We got to go
I
back.
said that 3 times. We heard you, Jim.
Before we go back to that, I got to go to this
Jesus.
guy. John in Staten Island.
Badly
John,
do I need to be heard?
Johnny.
Yeah, it's Charlie.
Charlie.
What if you throw this phone in the toilet when it's sending?
All right. Let's say the phone is sending. You see a little bar moving, and you just throw the phone in the toilet.
Then you make a shitty call.
Oh, you.
Unfortunately, you're not near a toilet every time.
I know.
But what if you just
smashed
slammed it down on the sidewalk?
As hard as you could, you smash it on the ground.
Or if you're driving and texting, you just throw it out in the window and hope the impact fucking stops sending it.
Could it?
I don't know.
Imagine how you'd feel just like having to just, I got him.
I got it.
I got to smash it.
I got it.
That was meant to be a PM, not a fucking tweet.
I got to try something here. Back to Wiener.
I think I've been pretty responsive to you in the past.
But with respect, you're here, which we appreciate, but you're not answering the questions. Can you just say why you haven't asked law enforcement to investigate what you are alleging is a
You know, Dana, if I was giving a speech to 45,000 people, and someone in the back of the room threw a pie or yelled out an insult, would I spend the next 2 hours responding to that? No, I would get back.
This is not that
I would
situation.
get back.
This is not that situation.
I would get back. Well, why don't you do? What you want to do the briefing?
You
want to do the briefing, sir?
From your Twitter account,
Sir.
a nude photograph was sent to a
Sir.
college student.
Sir.
Answer the question. Was it from you or
Sir.
not?
Permit me. Do you guys want me to finish?
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Why would he have a press
Is
conference?
he fucking just, he's stammering.
Oh, and that guy, the guy sounds like an asshole, but that's
but
he's got
that's
you,
it.
man. Why would it come from your account?
Why?
What a
if you-
schnozola on him.
Do you remember when that's what
Cha-cha-cha-cha.
he should have put fucking underwear over his nose? Would have looked bigger. That fucking bulge was humiliating. That little who would send that? Those fucking nappy underwears.
Yeah.
When Sarah Palin got hacked, you remember her email got hacked? She was fucking livid. They prosecuted the guy. Like you knew she had been hacked. She was fuming, and she was vocal about it.
And why didn't he say during that questioning, just, no, it's not me. It was hacked. We're looking into it. Anything else?
Because he can't.
Anything else?
Right?
Because he can't.
He's got to
Exactly.
stay
'Cause
right
that's
on
a
the
lie.
fucking fence.
None of them want to say that they're
Wow.
lying, but I think he's lying.
Because someone's
I think
saying
he's
it's a
lying, too.
felony if he called in the crime and was
Right.
guilty. So he can't do that.
I think he meant to send a private message. And here you go. Fast forward a few weeks. I asked for your privacy so I can tend to my family.
Family.
I need to be with my family, and I apologize to my wife and everyone who put their faith in me.
Jon Stewart had a great joke. He obviously leans hard to the left. It's a good one.
That is good.
Look at it. You can see like the outline of the head of his cock.
His mushroom.
His shroom.
Why would you send that?
It's a close-up.
It's a dumb photo.
That is dumb.
Nice legs, dick.
But they are kind of unique undies, so the wife would know.
Knows either way.
If she puts those undies in the wash, she knows.
She's washed out the shit stains in those underwear.
If there's a little pre right by the leg, here comes the pre.
Fuck, that is so cool. We'll get to that later.
What a dope he
You
is.
saw The Town, right?
Yes.
What a great movie.
Oh, yeah. They
and
copied
bank robbers
the,
actually reenacted it in Chicago.
They get away with it?
Exact same fucking mask.
They got away with it?
I don't know. I haven't read the whole thing yet.
Oh, it's like, wow, we got to say
Back to Wiener.
bank robbery.
Permit me. Do you guys want me to finish my answer?
Yes. This answer. Did you send it or not?
If I were giving a speech to 45...
Oh, my God.
Oh, God, that's a
You're
yes
so
or no.
guilty.
It's a yes or no question.
No or yes?
Wiener.
That's not a long answer.
Wiener dog, wiener dog.
Do you think he would accept this answer if he was sitting there on a fucking
No.
subcommittee asking somebody something?
Yeah. Answer the question, sir. That's what he'd be. Gone. Answer the question, sir. Did you or did you not send the picture? Well, I was blah, blah.
I love when these guys get in fucking trouble. I love it.
It's on every TV right now, too.
Oh, he's
Twitter scandal, they're calling it.
A college student, too?
Yeah, with big, huge
nice.
bosoms.
Yeah, you fucking send it to that fucking college.
Yeah, but wrong color for you, and I'm sorry.
What?
Black girl.
Is she a darker girl?
A light-skinned black.
Girl of...
One of those light-skinned blacks.
Darker, of a mocha complexion, perhaps?
Did you send it or not?
If I were giving a speech to 45,000 people and someone in the back threw a pie or yelled out an insult, I would not spend the next 2 hours of my speech responding to that pie or that insult. I would return to the things that I want to talk about, to the audience that I want to
All you have to do is say no.
And that is what I intend to do this
All you have to do is say no to the question.
Let me try this question. The woman who allegedly got this tweet, or was directed to, a 21-year-old college student in Seattle, she released a statement to the New York Daily News yesterday saying that you follow her on Twitter. Is that true? Did you follow her on Twitter? And if so, how did you find her? What was the reason?
You know, I have, I think, said this a couple of...
I love this guy.
How many followers does he have?
Almost 50,000.
So he pretty much follows anyone that follows?
No. Then it would be understandable.
I mean, how many people does he follow?
150 or something?
Oh, boy, this guy.
He does, right, Travis, could you look it up? He doesn't.
This is so fucking telling.
Oh, he's trolling.
He's guilty.
He's
Anthony
trolling.
Wiener's tweets are protected.
He's got his hook in the water.
It's Rep Wiener.
Yeah, Rep Wiener.
Oh, boy. Because, I mean, it would
He
be...
follows 198.
It would be a good excuse if he's following thousands and thousands. That means he's just following anyone that follows him. That does happen from time to time.
What's his last tweet?
God help me.
Suck it, bitch. Oops.
Let's remember the debt limit vote is to continue to pay the Bush debt.
Oh, shit.
Oh, really? How about your Bush debt? Let's hope the markets get this gap. Oh, it's all like bullshit political crap.
Well, he wants the Canucks to win it.
Canucks in 5. That's
He wants
good.
the Canucks in 5. I'm Bruins all the way. Gotta go Bruins.
Watching Sports Center. Puzzle me this. Can you adapt a track to run laps clockwise?
Leans hard to the left. That's a great joke.
Oh, my God.
God damn it.
He didn't have confidence in it, though.
And in all this political shit was just hidden the gem of his cock?
Yep.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Because you get bored out of your mind reading this shit, so...
No shit.
But you read between the lines, and there might be some cock shit in there.
If you follow...
For the young ladies.
200 people, and say 50 of them or 30 of them are hot women, the other ones are just giving you plausible deniability.
Yeah.
That's why you're following them. I understand it. It's a direct link to fucking hot chicks. I get it. You're a politician, you know, it's...
Exacta, ticka, tackly.
What he should have done, if he wasn't so stupid, is done it from another computer or whatever, and then fucking changed his password like it had been hacked.
Yeah. But they could probably look that up and figure out he was at the... It's just, there's no covering this up anymore.
Did he send it to Cordova? Is that her name?
Cordova.
How has she been affected?
Well, obviously, she's probably going to say mental damage and everything and sue him.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
I know. Who is that bitch?
Oh, the spotlight's taking a toll on her. Oh, boy, I'm pretty sick right now, and it's only getting worse with the stress. Get the fuck out of here. You're getting a shitload of followers, man. She even dropped her journalism class. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Journalism.
Cordova's very, very bothered by this. Poor girl. I was stunned at just how fast the story spread.
Think she'll sue him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's something going on here.
Oh, yeah.
I love how he is just fucking shucking and jiving, trying to get... That's her? Oh, wow.
She's got some amples.
Yeah, she's kind of...
Amply.
She looks like Tahitian or something. She doesn't look like completely...
Tahitian?
Yeah, I don't know. Something going on there.
Yeah.
How did you find her? What was the reason?
You know, I have, I think, said this a couple of ways, and I'll say it again. I am not going to permit myself to be distracted by this issue any longer.
All you have to do is say no to that question.
You are free. You're very good at...
You're not following her.
Politicians just can't answer a fucking
They're
question.
the most hateable people on the
Especially when
planet.
They never
completely
answer
guilty.
tough questions ever.
Yes.
This is a great exercise.
And that,
Yeah.
And the media, that guy is asking her, why don't you just say no to the question? All he has to say is, I didn't send that.
Wasn't me.
Right. And that
wasn't me, but he can't because it is him.
And
that's
that-
the only reason.
What
No,
a fucking
and
creep.
he knows that. That would
Yeah.
be the headline everywhere. I did not do
Deny
this.
it. If it wasn't
Boom.
you, deny it.
Boom.
Let me hear what he said there at the end. I love that. It's so.
At the end, this goes on for another minute and a half.
Does it? Oh, good.
Yay,
I love
goody
this.
gumdrops.
Love
And
this.
I am not going to permit myself to be distracted by this issue any longer.
All you have to do is say no to that question.
You are free. You're very good at.
You're not following her on Twitter. Say no to the
Why
question.
Why don't you let me do the answers and you do the questions?
As soon as you answer the question asked you, sir, we will.
I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you.
You follow an awful lot of young women on Twitter. Is there a reason that you have so many ladies that you're following on?
By the way, in related news,
Why would you put yourself in this situation? This dummy thought he could handle this.
What do you?
He's
What
not
an idiot,
And he
Wiener.
goes, he's not going to allow himself to be distracted. And what the press is saying right there is, all you have to do is say no.
Yeah.
Just answer that question, and they'll move on to the budget or whatever the fuck else he wants to talk about. But as long as he keeps hemming and hawing, they're going to keep pounding him with this fucking topic.
Why are you following so many women on Twitter?
I've noticed you're following a lot of young women on Twitter.
Yeah.
What,
I'm from YoungSnatch.com, and I want to know.
Young Snatch.
They just came out of the woodwork. Why was he doing this press conference? Not for this, because that would just be the dumbest thing ever.
This is probably some.
Was there
budget
something
thing.
else going on?
There's some budget thing.
Twitter. Is there a reason that you have?
I gotta hear that. I gotta hear his voice again. Why would you follow so many young women?
His voice is terrible.
It's horrible.
The question asked you, sir, we will.
I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you.
You follow an awful lot of young women on Twitter. Is there a reason that you have so many ladies that you're following on?
By the way, in related news, I have in the famous hashtag Scrappy Chasing Crazy, I passed Michelle Bachmann today in the number of Twitter followers. I will give you that additional fact.
Is that a result of this?
Unfortunately, it probably is.
Did you?
Bomaroo.
Wow, he forgot the
Bomaroo.
because they hate you. You can't do that joke after you've just evaded all their answers. No one is going to laugh at your joke when you've not given them one answer.
They're mad at you, dummy. You're not going to get a chuckle.
Yeah. Casey Anthony would get a bigger laugh right now if she did a little patent leather shoe jokeroo. Well, you know, there's always that extra room to put stuff in.
A rotting child in the trunk joke.
Yeah. Or if she said, you know, she said if she did a repaint the fucking room joke and then looked at them like, huh?
Yes. Her child was spoiled rotten.
That's terrible.
I'll have to tweet that later.
I didn't know whether to say terrible or tremendous, and I went tremendous. I just made noises.
Horrendous.
That additional fact.
Is that a result of this?
Unfortunately, it probably is.
Congressman, you understand what's going on here, the frustration. We appreciate you coming out and you're talking to us. You're smiling, you're cooperating, and that gives, good optics, but you're not answering the question. So can you answer
This is now
these basic questions?
This is
You're
now
saying the
day
same thing
this
over
is
and over
now
again.
day this is now day 3. You have statements that my office has put out.
But they don't answer the question.
There are statements that my office has put out. And there are going to be people who are going to want to look. This is the tactic. The guy in the back of the room who's throwing the pie or yelling out the insult wants that to be the conversation.
But you,
This fucking asshole.
The pie thing doesn't work. It's a dumb analogy.
Exactly.
I hope they
It's a cannoli.
Get it?
I hope
It's a
they
small cannoli. Sorry.
I hope they destroy him, man.
He's
Fuck
hateable.
you. He's hateable, right?
What a fucking hateable, smarmy cunt
My
politician.
office
He's being-
put out
yeah.
statements. Well, yeah, but your statements don't answer the question. That's
Right.
why we're here, you idiot.
He's being so evasive.
She fucking penned him with that. Like, we understand you being cooperative. We appreciate that, but you're not my office. And that didn't answer the question either. Killing.
Fuck you.
This is where they have the right to fucking murder this guy.
them answered immediately.
That to be the conversation.
But you
I
are the
am
one who said
Dana. Let me.
that you were hacked.
Dana.
And that's a criminal, a potential...
Dana, let me. I'm going to have to ask that
Dana.
you follow some rules here. And one of those will be U.S. questions. I do the answers. That seem reasonable.
I'd love to get an answer.
That would be reasonable, right? You do the questions. That'd be reasonable. You do the questions. I do the answers, and this jackass interrupts me. How about that as the new rule of the game?
Wow.
Oh, he's so mad.
What a fucking baby.
Get on to him.
Why does it end there?
Well, it kind of doesn't. It goes on and on, but I didn't want to hand you a CD of like 8 minutes of.
I don't know, but
Yeah, is there more of that? I'm kind of
in a way,
enjoying
this is good.
This
Dan.
could work.
This is a
could
gem.
work.
Yeah, because I love that they will not let it go,
And he will not fucking answer.
Right.
All he's got to do is say, "Look, here's my statement. I want to move on to the business at hand. So here it is. That wasn't me in the picture. I did not send a tweet to that girl, and we're investigating it."
Or if the statement that his office put out said that too, he could go,
right.
"Look, my office put out a statement.
And
I'm
read
done
the
with
statement.
this."
What was the
I'm done
office
with this.
statement? What was it?
Obviously, it was very vague.
Because his shitty pie thing, like, you know, if somebody in the back gave me a pie and I took a bite out of it and I got thinner, you wouldn't keep asking me why I lost weight, would you?
Politicians are so hateable.
Dude,
Hateable.
they're fucking...
Sarah Palin did pizza with Donald Trump a block from where we're broadcasting. And
Stanley, if someone had a pie,
and she's hateable too. She's not going to be the next president of the United States of America, and she most likely isn't even going to fucking run in the end.
I think she's hateable, but I don't think, at least at this point, there's been any big lies. I don't think she's a liar.
No, I don't. But she's playing everybody. She's playing everybody.
Trump is annoying.
Why would Trump have pizza with Sarah Palin?
I mean, he's a
to
great
get his face on fucking television.
Yeah, but
that guy is such a media hooligan.
And also,
he knows how to market himself.
Yeah.
But also, people want to see how they look together. They want to see what the reaction is of Trump and Palin together.
Well, that's what they want everyone to think, that this could be a possible ticket. It's not ever going to happen.
She cannot fucking be on the Republican ticket. It did not work last time. I know that it wasn't the only issue.
She cost him the election.
But you know, they got to capitalize on this, on Obama's core kind of abandoning him.
Can I say something that's probably going to cost me my status on this show?
Oh,
what happened?
I kind of want Obama to win again.
Why?
No, I'm. That doesn't hurt me.
No, I know, but I'm sitting close to his trigger finger.
But why?
Because we've had 8 years of Republicans. Yeah. I just like the balance, and I like socially the stuff Obama's doing a lot more than I did Bush with stem cells.
Oh, see, that stuff I like. But now look, I don't want Obama to win. That's for sure. But I want a Republican in there that isn't a right-wing religious Republican. I don't like that shit. I want somebody a little in there that's a little more moderate with things like stem cell research and abortions, things like that. But but to have Obama in there another 4 years, oh my God! Please, did you see the fucking front page of Drudge yesterday? Enough already. Talk about fucking going crazy.
With Libya.
Yeah, Libya.
Wait,
No.
I know what you're getting.
With Liberia, this whole fucking country turning into Liberia.
You're blaming Obama for that?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I am blaming the climate of this country is based on its leadership and this now entitlement and I'm going to get you back and gives me that bullshit that's going on in this country. That's why half of Drudge's page yesterday and the headline was youths gone wild. And by youths, they mean black people going crazy.
Obviously annoying, but to blame Obama, really?
Part of the problem. I see the leadership of this country as part of the problem. When you had all those headlines yesterday of these crowds going crazy, all black crowds going crazy, fighting, shooting, stabbings, rapings, robberies all over the country on Memorial Day, and then underneath it, the first other story that wasn't that was Obama pushing for some type of investigations into inner city police abuse. And how the Newark Police Department is being investigated for racial bias and racial profiling after they showed a fucking list of nothing but black people going bullshit crazy all over the country. People couldn't go to a water park because goddamn people jumping the fence, throwing carriages and babies over the fucking fence so they could get in for free for some gives me that water rides. Fuck you. And then Obama's sitting there with his stupid fucking attorney general sitting there fucking talking about how the police departments in the inner cities have to be more sensitive. That's just perpetuating this shit. Start racking heads.
Here's the water park story.
We can't get in, it's closed.
Memorial Day at Wave Country got as heated as the temperature outside.
Why we can't get in, man?
Why we can't get in? Why we can't get in? Why we can't? How about why can't we get in? Start with that.
Well, they're poor.
Why we can't get in? If they're poor, then don't go to the fucking water park.
They're not letting people in, but people coming out.
It was an unruly crowd at the gate that kept anyone from getting into the Metro Park early Monday afternoon.
We couldn't get the crowd outside to settle down, to get in line, to quit jumping the fences.
Folks did whatever they could to get into Wave Country.
Not just kids jumping the fence, but adults with children and strollers and putting them over the fence and then jumping the fence.
It was
chaotic. It was chaotic.
Back up, please, back up.
Nearly 24 officers from across the city showed up to try and keep the peace outside the gates. On the other side, visitors say it got dangerous.
Hundreds of people were just jumping over the fence, almost trampled my kid. I just didn't feel safe.
Several fights inside didn't add to anyone's sense of security.
That way. Once we got to the point that the turmoil at the front of the facility also got inside the facility, we felt for everyone's safety, the best thing to do was to close.
See, for everyone's safety, the best thing to do was to close the park.
But Obama?
So they had to close the park.
That's what I'm shocked at.
I am getting back. Yeah, because it's making a climate in this country where people are getting away with everything. I heard more of that statement, by the way, and the owner of the park and other people, patrons, were saying this hasn't happened before. We've had bigger crowds with no problems.
What crowds?
Bigger crowds with no problems, and they can't address the fact that the problems were caused by black people jumping the fence and starting trouble once they got inside the park. But you can't address that. And why can't you? Why can't you say there's a problem with these people that are coming in and they're investigating and trying to figure out how they can alleviate this type of problem and keep it from happening in the future? Well, then you can't bus in a bunch of inner city black people to start trouble in your fucking water park. But you can't say that. But that's the problem.
I do agree with you, but I don't blame that on Obama, though.
I blame the climate that causes this shit, that's been causing this shit, that this shit has been building and building since Obama got in office. There's this entitlement. It's an entitlement. I'm impervious to fucking getting in trouble for doing things. I'm not talking about murder and robbery and shit like that, but just these flash mobs going into stores and stealing shit, jumping the fence at a water park, just general fucking shenanigans and fighting and just it's a climate of impunity that is going on in the black community these days, and it's causing shit like this Nashville problem, the Boston problem at the beaches, the problems in Florida, the problems at Myrtle Beach, the problems at fucking Charlotte, there were fucking so many fights and shootings and robberies and rapes and general shenanigans.
But don't they deserve to be cool as well?
Yeah, they just want to cool off.
So you know what?
Cool
so you know
off.
what you
It's
do?
a hot day.
All right, you're right. Here's what you do. You stand on your fucking line. You don't cut and shove. You don't knife a guy that stepped on your foot. And you wait on line. You pay to get the fuck in. You don't jump the fence and tell your buddy to go long as you heave your fucking baby over the fence like a pass.
Jamar wants in badly.
Oh, Jamar.
From
Hi,
Ohio.
Jamar. Welcome aboard.
Well, he's confused by the Obama part of this whole thing, I think. Jamar, go ahead.
Anthony, calm down. I was so proud of you yesterday because I actually thought you came around a little bit. But I have a homework assignment for you.
Yeah.
Tonight, just go out and find a news article about something positive about us. We're not. Trust me, we're trying to separate ourselves from those niggas too.
I saw something positive. There was a wonderful story about a female pilot and how she came up through the ranks and became a pilot, a wonderful African American woman, and became a pilot. And that was a nice story. There you go. There's one person, and I watched thousands of youths running around like fucking maniacs.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
For all those articles.
Where do you find all the time to do this?
All night long. All night. I'm obsessed.
Are you?
Yeah.
Jamar, hold on. There's never going to be a moment. I understand Ant's anger, and I really do get it.
Yes.
But there's never going to be that moment where it all makes sense.
But just
that moment. But there's never going to be that moment of, do you see what I'm saying? There's never going to be that moment where you're right and the people you're talking about see you're right. It's just one long. It's like a giant piss that just doesn't end.
I don't. So why do it to yourself? You're never going to have that aha moment.
Never.
I
never
don't want everybody to say I'm right.
Well, no, but
I want a solution to this fucking problem. We need a solution to this. It's being ignored. People put it. Drudge had the balls. Thank God for fucking Drudge to have the balls to list every fucking racial crime that was going on over the Memorial Day weekend in one spot on his page with a giant headline saying fucking gangs running wild in Boston. Boston, for fuck's sake. We lost Boston.
We got that story.
Extra patrols are not needed at just a Little League field, so Memorial Day weekend brawls involving hundreds and hundreds of teenagers.
Teenagers!
State police doing the same thing at Carson Beach in South Boston. And as Diana Perez explains, troopers and beachgoers hope this will help curb the violence.
I think it might be useful. People be more secure.
Tuesday afternoon at Carson Beach, a different scene from just one day ago.
Carson Beach.
Police say more than 1,000 unruly teens flooded the beaches between
unruly
South
teens
Boston
again.
Barracks and Castle
Unruly
Island
teens is the new fucking
Fights
word.
broke out, arrests were made,
The U
and it
word.
wasn't the first time it happened over the long weekend.
Of course.
In fact, officers arrested 5 people from Friday to Monday for disorderly conduct. Now state police are getting proactive and gearing up just in case. Starting today, they're increasing uniformed and undercover officers, bringing out K-9 units and motorcycle officers to the beach, like the ones that responded to yesterday's crowds.
Racist.
It'll be a welcome
Racism.
sight, says Dad
Police
John
brutality.
I would think that would help quell any bad seeds that would ordinarily come out.
Yeah.
Someone else that's in support, one of the
out.
very teens that was at the beach yesterday.
People just come to the beach to have a good time. Nobody wants to fight all the time. Like that, it's like when you fight, you ruin other people's fun of being at the beach. Like it's like when one person fights, everybody got to go now.
Oh,
A state
really?
police major
Why?
tells us they're not expecting any major crowds tonight. They say that'll probably happen closer to the weekend. As for these new tactics, they're in place indefinitely.
Indefinitely. And this has to be done because there's a problem. But no one can really address the problem. The problem goes a lot deeper than needing police to just be somewhere to quell the violence. Where is the violence coming from? Why is the violence there? Why doesn't it stop? How come when there's a party that involves more than 10 fucking people, you got to read about a stabbing, a shooting, a fight? Jesus Christ.
Anthony, calm down.
I can't. This country's going to shit. Country's going to shit.
Hold on. For all those parties and stuff that you have, it doesn't happen all the time. Those are the minority.
Yeah, tell me about it. Oh, you mean the minority of... Okay, gotcha. Thought you were agreeing with me.
Trust me, we don't like them as much as you don't like them. They're a bunch of fucking buffoons. I wasn't raised like that. My friends weren't raised like that, and we don't party like that.
Of course.
And for us to just go, you know something? Y'all niggas just go over there and do what you need to do and kill off each other, and the smart ones to make it out, go ahead and do it. Instead of just stop. Just stop. You're making yourself nuttier than you need to be.
Well then, some real leadership is needed. Some real leadership is needed to kick some ass and fucking not just treat it like unruly teens. It's not unruly teens. It's gangs, roving gangs of fucking animals that are going around with a complete lack of respect for everything, for things people worked for life in general, for fucking people's livelihoods, women, just everything. It's just this fucking mentality that doesn't even seem fucking civilized. I can't take it anymore.
And point taken, but
I didn't mean.
But is there actual stats that prove that there's more unruly teens since Obama came into office?
I don't know.
I just don't blame Obama.
It's a feeling you get.
I'm
right?
just saying that
it's a feeling you get, or do you have research on that? Do you have stats? What do you got?
I'm saying that there doesn't seem to be enough repercussions for these hijinks that these unruly teens are getting into. And I think it has to do because we have an attorney general that is completely fucking out of the loop as far as this shit's concerned. We have a president that won't even address it, that as this shit is happening is holding meetings on inner city police and how they need to be held accountable. Fuck you. Racial profiling is realistic profiling.
I agree. My only point is I want him to get reelected.
Yeah.
For things like gays in the military, for things like stem cells, that type of stuff.
At what cost, Jimmy? At what cost? Losing the entire country to fucking roving bands of kooks?
No, we're not gonna have that.
No, really? Don't think so?
I also don't.
All right.
I also don't.
All right. Just stay. Well, then stay in your nice areas and batten down the hatches because we've already lost a few cities that are gone forever. Just gone to drugs, crime, murder.
No, because then they'll elect a conservative.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff will get taken. It's almost like, I hate to say 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, but that's the way it is with stuff. It's like one comes in, does all this shit. The next one comes in, takes back some of that shit, does their shit. The next one comes in, takes back some of that shit and does. It's like nobody is making any real leaps. Everybody's taking little. In the end, it's little. All the stuff Bush did to fight gays being in the military, Obama just could take it away.
So do it in 4 years, and then give us another 8 years of somebody that's a little more fucking Republican.
The Republicans forced me.
It seems to be 8 years of Republican to 4 years Democrat works okay.
They forced me into this position by making the fines tenfold for radio. As much as the liberals are enraging with language, and they do stink. They are not the ones that went from 35,000 to 350,000. That was a conservative reaction to sex.
At that point, the fucking head of the FCC was a Clinton appointee. Clinton fucking appointee.
But you know how it is with climate. It's
whatever.
It's what they focus on. Like, they focus on things like porn, which is why Max Hardcore is in jail. They focus on things depending on the mood that's coming down from above. You know that. Like, it's not the focus anymore, so you really haven't heard about that anymore. Whatever is the focus from above is what... It's kind of like Fox or CNN. The attitude and the angle of most of the staff comes from the parent company attitude. It's the way all media is. So the same in politics.
I agree that you need your checks and balances, but for the love of God, I see it as 2 years R, 1 year D, and or 1 term D.
You want to talk to a black guy that agrees completely with you?
All right.
Hopefully he'll call.
It's funny. Sellout, you're on the line. Tom, your nephew is... There we go.
Tom, your nephew. All right.
No, actually, we got one. It's Paul in Philly, and he says, I'm very, very black. I don't know if that means color or...
Yeah.
Or,
yes.
Or, yeah.
Yaffet, you're on the phone.
Paul, what's up, brother?
Hi, sir.
Where do you... for the sellout shit.
Where do you live in Philly?
I'm just kidding.
I live outside of Philadelphia, and it's next to a city called Chester. And Chester is shit.
Chester.
All right.
Chester is shit. Chester has one of the highest murder rates in the country per capita.
Cheer it for Chester. Not supposed to applaud
This guy,
that
by the way,
record.
is very black. Okay.
All right.
He just proved that. Go ahead, Paul.
It is ridiculous. You know what I did all weekend?
What?
Nothing. You know why? Because I get tired of going out and being embarrassed
by my people.
Goddamn, see? I like your honesty, sir.
Wait a minute. You stayed home. Hold on, let me ask you a question, Paul. You stayed.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. You stayed home just because you were embarrassed by the black people?
I stayed home because I did not feel like dealing with an incident that could happen.
Wait a minute.
When it's hot.
Oh, okay.
When it's hot, bullshit happens.
I see what you're saying. All right.
Yeah, that heat, man. Wow.
People get out of pocket.
Language.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it's not just black. It's also white. Because I see a lot of white kids.
You just lost Anthony.
No, I'm listening.
Are just embarrassed by how they act. But I'm talking about my people. It's ridiculous that they don't take advantage of the opportunities. I'm from the same town that Ronnie's from. If you ever talk to Ronnie will tell you the town and shit.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Yeah. I've heard Ronnie talk about that. It's hilarious.
And there's no reason for it to be that way.
Oh my God. I was sorry. I was just looking at the stats. I was just looking at the stats for Chester. Holy shit. That's a big slice of the pie. You guys get a big slice of that pie.
Yes, we do. And you know what? The saddest part about it is all that money goes to the people who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But guys like me who work 50, 60 hours a week, who are $100,000 income families, who go to church and who do what they're supposed to do, you don't hear about us.
Yeah.
Only thing you hear about is shit that happened like at this wave park.
But now let me
what happened down the beach.
Can I address something quickly, because I've heard this point being made before, and it's a good point, but it's almost like you don't hear.
Anthony, if you ask me about Al Sharpton,
no, I'm not at all.
Al Sharpton, I never trust a nigga with a perm.
No, it's like the Chris Rock bit. It's like, all right, you say you go to work, you fucking pay your bills, you go to church, you do what you're supposed to do, and that doesn't get any attention. That's because that's exactly what the fuck you're supposed to do. Why would it be on the news? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, a black man actually went to work today, and he fed his family and went to church. Why would that be news? That's called acting the way you're supposed to act. The only thing that makes the news is the crime and the violence, because that's called the news.
Because that's what you see. But guys like me, we don't want to be on the news.
Yeah.
We don't care, It's embarrassing. New Year's Eve, okay? I thought it was a fucking riot outside.
Yeah.
Here it is. My neighborhood is nice and quiet New Year's Eve, but you can hear the gunshots from blocks and blocks away. Come out New Year's Day. There's a fucking bullet in my windshield.
Oh, Jesus. That's got to be
throw
nice.
a Steve McQueen film onto your car.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
All right. Here's the chase. All right. Well, thank you, and more power to you, my brother.
There goes Paul from Chester.
I didn't want to go 2 days in a row heavy into a race thing, but it's been infuriating me that it just seems to be building, and no one is really saying anything or addressing it. They're calling it, unruly teens, and no one's really addressing the problem. I do see it as a leadership problem that does go up to the presidency. Thank you.
Drudge is a conservative slant, just like Huffington Post is a liberal slant. They both have the way they lean, kind of.
Slanting is slanting, but that happened.
No. What I'm saying is, what they're showing and the way they're painting it is real news and it should be talked about.
Yeah.
But it's also putting all of those in. It's not a completely unconscious decision to put.
Maybe not. Maybe
I'm not saying it's a bad decision.
Maybe
but
it's a conscious decision to go look at what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
Can someone do something about this, please, so people could go to beaches or a fucking water park or something and not have to worry so much when they see large groups of unruly teens?
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have to worry as much. Why do people worry when they see a large group of unruly teens? Why is that? Is it because you just see that sometimes this boils over into fighting and somebody innocent might get hurt?
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough not to see unruly teens.
You've been lucky enough not to?
I haven't seen unruly teens yet.
You're probably not
I'm very lucky.
You probably don't go to places where there's a lot of unruly teens.
Let them be unruly.
Really?
Because it doesn't affect me.
It is fucking annoying.
I'm not in those
go
areas.
anywhere without it being. It's like anybody. I love people who act like they don't see race at all. Like anybody who's out, like you're out with your chick, and if you're in a place you see 20 black guys coming through, it's like I wish it wasn't that way where I would feel like uh-oh. And most times nothing would happen. But it's like I wish I didn't feel like, oh fuck, it's gonna be a problem. It's like I wish I wasn't that way.
Yeah,
I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to think of that.
More importantly, part 2 of Anthony Wiener denying.
Oh well, that is absolutely.
More importantly,
I really do want to hear this guy. He rules.
We should take a break and we'll do part 2. And we got Otto from Otto and George coming in today.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So why don't we do that?
Otto.
Why don't we do brand new FU line with brand new production? We'll do that. We'll come back. We'll do part 2 of Anthony Wiener just not answering the fucking questions
about his
Twitter. So, lots to do.
Ring ding, ring ding, ring ding, pick up the phone, cunt. Hello. Pick up the phone, cunt. The phone, cunt. The phone. Pick up the phone, cunt. Hello. Ring ding, ring ding, ring ding, pick up the phone, cunt. Hello. Pick up the phone, cunt. Pick up the phone, cunt. Hello.
Gregorio. Antonio.
Amy.